Good afternoon. This is Troy Moldy with TM Listings, and I'm here with Jeremy Peterson with RE/MAX Results, and I'm doing my monthly outreach. And today I'm just going to navigate through the website. It's been a while since I've done a tutorial on that, so with that, let's get started. So HUDHomestore.com, and you want to make sure you get that URL right, because there are knockoff sites that you could land on a page that'll try to get you to convince that you're on HUD Home Store, but you're not. So make sure it's HUDHomestore.com, and this is what you'll see on the page. If you've never created an account, you're going to need to start there by registering as a bidder. Once you've registered and created an account, and I'll back up one step, your broker needs to have a NAID number. So first step is, if the broker doesn't have the NAID account, they're going to need to do that. They're going to need to update that annually, which they now do. NAID recertifications here. If they've never applied, they'll start here. Once the NAID certification is done, then you can create your account to bid. And since we're talking about Minnesota, well, we're just going to click on the Minnesota tab here, and here's all the properties. You've got the state. You can click on the map, or you can do the drop down, and either way it'll navigate you here. You can do by county, by city, by zip code. The more specified that you get into your search, the better chance that you may weed out a property. So I would keep them a little bit more vague, especially with the inventory being so low. And so we'll just scroll down here and pick a property. We've got 2 pages. So, you know, again, for the whole state of Minnesota, not a lot of properties. Wow, not even really locally. So let's just go with Maplewood. That's probably the closest one we've got. So now we're looking at this property, and I'm up here. Here's your case number, and it's telling you who the eligible bidders are. You've got owner-occupants, nonprofits, and government agencies. The bid submission deadline, May 1st, 2019 at, basically just before midnight. 2 days, 12 hours, and 25 minutes, so this will keep updating. People often will contact and say, well, I didn't bid on the home because I saw that it was accepted. And what this is saying here, availability of home is subject to the asset manager accepting a bid from an earlier bid period or removing the home from the market. New bid opening procedure for bids submitted on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or federal holidays. What this is saying is you have automated system and you have manual systems. Let's just say a bid date comes in on a Friday, and Friday is the end of the bid date, and nobody's here to update Saturday or Sunday that a bid was accepted on Friday. The bid's going to keep on going on this page, but it doesn't mean that the property is going to be available because it could have accepted. But I always tell people, if you see the property on here, it means that you can bid, so get your bid in. Why not? It doesn't take long. Why not put your bid in? Going back to this bid, and they're saying owner-occupants, there's 2 types of status. You have the extended and the exclusive. The exclusive, right here, all that is the definition is just owner-occupants, nonprofits, and government agencies only. And once this bid period concludes, it's going to stay in this exclusive bid period all the way through May 6th until midnight. So investors will often call and say, hey, I see the bids are due. It opens up to investor bids on May 2nd. And the answer is no, it would open up to bids on May 7th. But there's a few caveats with that as well. Number one is, if a bid gets accepted at any time, the clock stops. So let's just say somebody submits a bid by May 1st, an offer is accepted. We've got from May 2nd till May 6th, and the clock stopped. If that bidder cancels, then this bid period starts at the time that it stopped, and these dates would adjust. So let's just say that bidder takes a week and then cancels, and here we are, on 5/8, then this date is going to be pushed out on the new date, because it's going to restart the clock, and there's going to be this gap time that it's still going to run. Once this initial bid period is done, which usually lasts 10 days, then it's going to have a continual 5-day 24-hour bid cycle, but it's still going to be to owner occupants. And what this date is telling you is when this is going to be done with the exclusive, this will be rewritten and say to the extended status, and now investors can bid. And once we get to the exclusive status up here, it'll say all bidders. Here's their list price, financing insured with escrow. What that means is because this is an FHA property, that a buyer can use FHA financing, and then what they can do is, if the appraiser calls some items out, so for example, if the pipes didn't hold pressure and the appraiser calls that out, you can get a bid and add that to your loan. HUD has a program called 203B with escrow repair. They'll allow up to $10,000. It's really basically the exact same thing as doing your standard FHA that many of you have done, so it's fairly easy. I've done numerous videos on it, so I won't go on in that. It is eligible for 203K, and then it talks about subject to an FHA appraiser, buyer select closing firm agent, self-explanatory. So that's all I'm going to get into is on this front page here. Yes, you've got more things that you can click on here, but I've done many videos on those, and so for today I'm going to stop and just keep it at going through the front page because I don't want this video to get too long. So thanks for tuning in, and then as always, if you have a specific question, you can certainly reach out to us here. If I don't have the answer, I'll certainly research your matter and get back to you with the correct answer. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next month.